guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jael for those of you that may not know, and I'm so excited for today's video. It's very special for me because I'm showing you guys how I got this hair. This is my very first time customizing hair like this, and I'm so excited. Well, actually, my mom let me practice on her wig, so shout out to her for entrusting me to just kind of like snatch her wig up and take it away to go and work on and customize for her. So thank you so much for that, because I was able to kind of get ideas of what I needed to do for this hair. But this hair was way longer than hers, so it was such a feat and I'm really proud of it. So basically I ordered from ALIGRACE for the very first time off of AliExpress. I'm going to pull up the specs right here so I can tell you guys like all of the tea, all of the information. I didn't really take videos of the hair too much besides what you're going to see in the video of what it originally looks like, but I'm going to let you guys know everything. So for the hair, I actually ordered the ALIGRACE Brazilian loose wave pre-plucked 360 hair. It was already in the wig form, and I just bleached the knots when I got it. I didn't actually show a video of me bleaching the knots because I wasn't sure if it was going to work. I actually ended up over bleaching my knots a little bit because I didn't make the paste thick enough. I will talk about that in the video, however, and show you guys how I corrected it. And yeah, I'm just really happy with how this turned out. For this to really be something that's so new to me, I really am a novice when it comes to wigs. This is only my second wig, and this was only my second time coloring a wig and my first time coloring a wig this long and this exact color. And I'm just really happy with how everything turned out. I think it looks so beautiful. I think it looks really flattering on me. It actually is looking a little bit darker in my monitor right now than it is in real life. It's a little bit lighter, and obviously because it's styled right now, it's going to look a little bit darker, but as it dries, it does look a bit lighter, and it's just so beautiful. The color is really complimentary. I've gotten great compliments on this hair, and I'm just so proud of it, and it just wears beautifully. So I've had the hair for about a week and a half now, maybe 2 weeks, and I've been really happy with it. Really easy to work with. And I'm happy with it. I'm happy with the color. I'm happy with how everything turned out. So I did decide to use box color this time around when I was coloring it because I'm such a novice, like I said, and box color just seemed like the easiest way for me to get it done and not have to worry about a bunch of extra moving parts. I guess in hindsight, maybe a non-box color would have been easier, but I'm glad that I went with the box color that I did. I'm glad with like basically everything that I did. I also learned things that I might want to try differently in the future. I do have the desire now to expand like the wigs that I have. This is my everyday wig, but I would like to add a couple more into my rotation and to just kind of have some fun ones that I never really thought of making or wearing before, because now I know like I don't have to buy pre-colored wigs. I can color them myself. So I just found that I had to do a little bit more research, and somebody that I came across that I really want to recommend to all of you out there that are maybe newer with wigs, and maybe you stumbled upon my video because you wanted to see if ALIGRACE was a good option for you or see about coloring your own hair for the first time. Check out Balayage. She is so phenomenal with how she explains everything. She has some really innovative and intuitive videos on basically anything you need regarding your hair. She does a really good job of explaining plucking, of explaining bleaching, of explaining installation, of how to make sure things match, of reaching the hairline. Just so many great things come from her channel. I subscribed and I like binge watched so many videos, and it's been so helpful to me in this journey. And I just think it's a really quality channel to get some great information from. She has things organized into really helpful playlists. She's just a great source, so I really want to shout her out. Also, Taste Pink is another source that I've been using for years, way back when I first started getting crochet again, a few like 3-4 years ago. I discovered her channel and I have loved her ever since. She also has really great videos explaining how to get hair nice and styled, some great installation tips, some different ideas and tips on how to lay your wig down, whether it be using foam or using a gel or using a glue. They're both just really great people to follow. And I also like Simone Cherise. She's also a great option as well. But the two that really, for me, were like the most helpful were Balayage and Taste Pink this time around. I really followed them very closely, and they really helped me to kind of figure out what to do with all of this. If you guys want to see how I got this process started, please keep watching, and don't forget to subscribe for new new videos every Wednesday and Friday and the occasional Monday. So the box color that I'm using today is from Dark and Lovely. I'm using the shades 396 Luminous Blonde and 379 Golden Bronze. And then to fix my over bleached knots that went onto the roots, I'm using the Clairol Root Touch Up in the shade 4, which is a dark brown shade. I'm showing you guys that I'm not using the brush that comes with the box. Instead, I'm going to be using a spoolie or disposable mascara wand in order to just have some more precision and make sure that everything looks as clean and neat as possible and avoid as much mess as possible. For the color, I used roughly 1/3 of the actual color for the root touch up and then 2/3 of the developer that comes with it. The consistency was thick because I think that's just how it is meant to be. I used the entire thing before when I was fixing something and the consistency just remained thick. And it does get darker as it sits, so you don't have to worry about it not matching. If you're worried that the medium or the number 4 brown is going to be way too light, it actually gets a lot darker. So I just made sure to section everything off and really pay attention because I didn't need to run this color through absolutely everything, and it very nicely matched my hair's natural color on the wig. So I only had to do certain parts, which is another reason that I used a spoolie, and I didn't make the entire solution because I knew I only needed to actually kind of attack and get at certain sections of the head because I didn't over bleach everything. This just made my life a lot easier, honestly, and it also is super helpful if you're worried about just blending the roots, especially if you're worried about blending it into another color, because it's not going to leave a strange line of color or a line of demarcation. It's going to make things a lot easier. And even though I'm showing you right there, I did have a little bit of a mishap, a little bit of staining. It was honestly super simple to kind of fade, and it's not that noticeable. I did also do the got to be glued method where I just sprayed a couple layers of that to help to protect the lace. But even with that, I feel like I just was so happy that the spoolie helped to prevent a lot of the potential damage. Then I just sectioned off the hair. This is super important because it's a lot of hair and you just want to make sure that you know kind of what you're doing. It helps you to give yourself a little bit of a game plan so that you're not just kind of fumbling around. It gives you a little bit more clear direction and it makes things go a lot faster. Here's a quick tip for you guys. If you're looking for gloves and you don't think you have them in your box, check the back of your directions. Definitely read the directions for one. But the gloves are actually attached to the back of the directions in the Dark and Lovely box, and you're going to need them, so definitely keep an eye out for those. So the way that I customize my color is I took 2 boxes of the Luminous Blonde and then 1 box of the Dark and Lovely Golden Bronze, and I mixed those together. I used roughly 6 boxes all together, and my process was exactly 2 boxes of the Luminous Blonde and 1 box of the Golden Bronze. This was how I just felt like would be the easiest way to do it, was to do 2 batches as I needed it. So I made sure I went through the first set of color completely and then I mixed it up again. I didn't try to mix like all of them at once. I just mixed them, like I said, in those batches, and everything came out nicely and evenly, and it was a lot easier for me to work with and control that way. So that is my suggestion, is to just kind of figure out what works best with you and go from there. And I really took my time with this to make sure that everything was right and to stir everything up, blend everything together, because I wanted it to look nice. And because this was my first time, I probably was even more overly cautious than I needed to be, but I'm happy with how everything turned out. So I decided to start with the frontal because I'd heard that frontals can sometimes color differently, and I felt like the sun kind of naturally hits the front of your hair more than it does the back, and if anything was going to process a little bit differently, I would rather have the frontal process a little bit more lighter than the back. So that's just kind of my thought process and the way that I went along doing it. The way that I applied the color using the brush was I just kind of did like the normal, just laying it down as you guys can see, and then as I got closer to the roots, because I wanted the roots to still be their natural color, I just went ahead and used kind of the vertical painting method that you would see on like a balayage, where I just took my brush and moved it to its side and I painted up and down, trying to make sure that the strands just were nice and incorporated, and just make sure that everything would look really blended. This is just going to make it not appear as a straight line, but rather just kind of look like everything is fading nicely into each other and blending together really nicely. I took my time doing this on each and every strand, even the back of the head, even in the parts that you really wouldn't see. And it took me a very long time to do it, but I was glad because everything just looks super natural, and that's honestly what I wanted. Another thing that I did is after I finished laying it down or applying the color, I went in and I just ran my hands through the hair to just really incorporate the color in each section that I did. This just really helped to make sure I didn't have any blocking of color, and by that I mean just having kind of like certain blocks that were super dark because they were in the center of my section. Even though I try to do smaller sections, I didn't want to have that where things looked really blotchy and uneven. So I really took my time to do that as well, and just make sure that when I did that, I didn't accidentally mess up the blending method I had done during the roots, because that was super important. After I washed the hair out and washed the color out, this is what it looks like. And now we're going to go in and start with the highlights. I do want to say real fast that this hair color is so pretty. When the light shines on it, I couldn't really capture it unfortunately on camera. When the light shines on it, it looks like there's little bits of tinsel in there, and it is just absolutely stunning. All right, so for the highlights, I used the Salon Prism Lights Blue Bleach, and then I used I believe it was the Ion developer. I'm not entirely sure. I can't remember the name, but I will make sure to just have that listed down below for you guys. And the way that I went about this is I just did the weaving technique of parting, which is when you kind of weave the end of your comb in and out. And that is how you get kind of a more even batch of hair, section of hair to apply everything. And then I use a smaller brush to do the highlights. My people at Sally's recommended that brush and it worked well. And I just did that same exact technique with the roots that you saw me doing when I was applying the regular color, just to make sure that everything blended nicely. And I made sure to really saturate those ends because I wanted to make sure that it looked like a natural highlight and the roots would not be lighter than the ends normally. So that's kind of how I went along with doing that. For this, I also followed the bricklaying method. I watched a video, I can't remember whose it was, but I watched actually a few of videos of stylists talking about the bricklaying method, which is essentially just the pattern that you follow when you're doing highlights. So for this, you can either do like one foil and then a section of hair with no highlights, and then two foils, and then a small section of hair with no highlights, and then one foil, and so forth or so on. Or you can do two foils and one foil, then two foils and one foil. That's just kind of how I decided to do it, and it made my life a lot easier and made everything look a lot more just natural and neat. And I also have this highlighting board that I got from Amazon. It was so helpful. I obviously am not a pro at this, so it just made my life a lot easier to have that board. It made things super sturdy, and it just made it a lot easier for me to manipulate and manage everything. The board also has grooves on it, which is supposed to help to evenly disperse color when you're applying like bleach and stuff, so that was something nice as well. I did struggle, however, with just because of the length of the hair, figuring out how to do the foils. I went back and forth between double foiling when I was at the bottom of the head, like doing foils on one section and the end of the hair another foil, and folding it over, but I ultimately decided to just keep it folded up into one foil because it made my life a lot easier. And then after I washed it, I of course toned it and deep conditioned it, and this is what we have. So I did cut it and trim it off camera. I had a little bit of a mishap when I first did it, and ended up having to get it corrected and get some extra lace sewn in with invisible string, but it ended up all coming together. Now I'm just showing you guys how I'm applying it. I have a wig grip on and a wig cap underneath that because I'm not a person that likes to sleep in my wig. I want to take it off at the end of the day, but I want it to be secure, so I have been just applying the Got2b glued on my, right at the top of my head, right on my forehead there, right at my hairline, to make sure that everything just blends together nicely. And I'm really happy with how everything looks. Because I have what's known as a low hairline, I have to make sure that my baby hairs are incorporated because I naturally have them there, and there's just no way for me to hide them unless I want to bring the wig down like literally at my eyebrows. So instead I just blend it in with my actual hair, and if I were to wear the hair back, you would see kind of more baby hairs being incorporated from the wig itself, and if not, then I just kind of do it that way. For styling the wig, I've been really loving this Cream of Nature leave-in conditioner with coconut water. It just does something for me. It just really hydrates the hair and brings it alive. And then to really bring those loose, wavy curls back in, I love the olive oil wrap and set mousse. That brand has been in my life since I was a baby, and it is the best. And then to just help to kind of loosen up the hold on those a bit, I go in with a Garnier serum, and that just helps to, one, tame any extra frizz, but also just to kind of give it a little bit extra gloss and shine. And like I said, loosen the hold as far as just making it really like hard. Not that the ORS makes it super hard, but it does have a little bit more of a hold to it. And this just makes it more bouncy and flowy. And this is how everything turned out. I am so proud of myself and so happy with how this looked. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and that it helps you guys out if you're trying to figure out what to do, what colors to do, and how to go about it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye, my loves.
Don't take it personal, we just building. It's my season, lay foundation, make a name for generations. Please and make a, then take a break or a little vacation.